ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्याद्य शंकरादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद् गुरुभ्यो नमः। सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातो अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्म संस्थापकानां समस्त शक्तीनां अवाप्ति द्वारा विघ्नशत्रु निवारण द्वारा विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं श्री तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः पारायणम् आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणम् in our Parayanam, Bhruguvalli, the last portion, Sadachara Prashamsa. Let us do the chanting with all our everyday life devotion, everyday life faith that these Upanishadic mantras, when followed, definitely give us liberation. Therefore, they are most divine, more sacred, most valuable, and to be pursued by us at every cost and price. With these feelings, and also with the prayers to the Shruti Mata and Parabrahma and Guru Tattva hidden behind these mantras, asking them to reveal the deep meanings, to give us conviction and energy to do sadhana. With that idea behind, let us make a chant of it. Start. ॐ अथ तृतीया भृगुवल्ली ॐ सदाचारप्रदर्शनं ब्रह्मानन्दानुभव च ॐ न कञ्चन वसतौ प्रत्याचक्षेत तद्व्रतं तस्माद् यया कया च विधया बह्वन्नं प्राप्नुयात् आराध्यस्मा अन्नमित्याचक्षते एतद्वै मुखतोऽन्नगं राद्धं मुखतोऽस्मा अन्नगं राध्यते एतद्वै मध्यतोऽन्नगं राद्धं मध्यतोऽस्मा अन्नगं राध्यते एतद्वा अन्ततोऽन्नगं राद्धं अन्ततोऽस्मा अन्नगं राध्यते य एवं वेद क्षेम इति वाचे योगक्षेम इति प्राणापानयोः कर्मेति हस्तयोः गतिरिति पादयोः विमुक्तिरिति पायौ इति मानुषी समाज्ञाः अथ दैवीः तृप्तिरिति वृष्टौ बलमिति विद्युते यश इति पशुषु ज्योतिरिति नक्षत्रेषु प्रजातिरमृतमानन्द इत्युपस्थे सर्वमित्याकाशे तत्प्रतिष्ठेत्युपासेत प्रतिष्ठावान् भवते तन्मः इत्युपासेत महान् भवते तन्मन इत्युपासेत मानवान् भवते तन्नम इत्युपासेत नम्यन्ते स्मै कामाः तद्ब्रह्मेत्युपासेत ब्रह्मवान् भवते तद्ब्रह्मणः परिमर इत्युपासेत पर्येण म्रियन्ते द्विषन्तः सपत्नाः पर्ये प्रिया भ्रातृव्याः स यश्चायं पुरुषे यश्चासावादित्ये स एकः स य एवं विद अस्माल्लोकात् प्रेत्य एतमन्नमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रम्य एतं प्राणमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रम्य एतं मनोमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रम्य एतं विज्ञानमयमात्मानमुपसंक्रम्य एतमानन्दमयमात्मानमुपसंक्रम्य इमान् लोकान् कामान्निकामरूप्यनुसञ्चरन् एतत्सामगायन्नास्ते हा वो हा वो हा वो अहमन्नमहमन्नमहमन्नम् अहमन्नादो अहमन्नादो अहमन्नादः अहग्श्लोककृदहग्श्लोककृदहग् श्लोककृत अहमस्मि प्रथमजारुतास्य पूर्वं देवेभ्यो अमृतस्य न भायी यो मा ददाति स इदेव मा वाह अहमन्नमन्नमदन्तमाद्मि अहं विश्वं भुवनमभ्यभवाम सुवर्णज्योतिः य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषद ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ अथ श्रीकृष्णे यजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ॐ यस्मात् जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः येरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते ॐ अथ शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुगुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 अथ प्रथमोऽनुवाकः ॐ ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परं तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म यो वेद निहितं गुहायां परमे व्योमन् सोऽश्नुते सर्वान् कामान् सः ब्रह्मणा विपश्चिदेते तस्माद्वा एतस्मादात्मन आकाशः सम्भूतः आकाशाद्वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्निरावः अद्भ्यः पृथिवी पृथिव्या ओषधयः ओषधेभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोऽन्नरसमयः तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणपक्षः अयमुत्तरपक्षः अयमात्मा इदं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः 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 सैल्यूट ऋषि माता सैल्यूट परम ब्रह्मा सैल्यूट ऑल द ऋषि परंपरा सैल्यूटेशंस टू श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकर ऋषिस सैल्यूटेशंस टू अवर ओन गुरु परंपरा ब्रह्म विद्या अध्ययनम वी आर डूइंग ओनली टू हैव ए ग्लिम्स ऑफ इट to get the benefit of this Brahma Vidya, our entire life's orientation should be toward the Brahma Vidya only, especially our inner Antakarana. Inner Antakarana depends on outer world and outer Vyavahara also. Therefore, Outer world and Vyavahara has to be such that inner Antakarana becomes tuned, qualified for that Brahma Vidya Adhyanam in such a way that Brahma Vidya Adhyanam definitely takes us towards the goal of moksha or liberation. It is not ineffective, but it is effective. So that outer and inner atmosphere conducive for the Brahma Vidya to be remembered by us, Brahma Vidya to effect and influence us, to get out of all the attachments and only involve in the Brahma Vidya. That way we have to prepare ourselves. It is inevitable. Else what will happen? We study Upanishad, but nothing of the Upanishadic knowledge brings any transformation in us, and we continue to be the same worldly person, imagining that कल या परसों या अगला जन्म अपने आप को जो होता है, ऐसा नहीं होता. जो करते हैं वही होता है, जो नहीं किया तो नहीं होता. Therefore, after these many days of classes and all, no more the secret can be hidden. The secret is what? Unless we truly work hard, in which the tyaga of the entire world is there, and totally involved in this Brahma Vidya pursuit, the Brahma Vidya Anugraha in the form of Brahma Anubhuti will not easily come. Having this way, by being in the worldliness only, practiced the Brahma Vidya, when they got the failure that it is not this way gained, that all those rishis and munis left all the towns and everything. They went to the ashram, and they went to the ashram to avoid the outer disturbances. But inner disturbances again will continue. They also have to be avoided by making a strict, disciplined day full of the curriculum in such a way that nothing inner also is disturbed. This is the third stage. Third stage is what? Whatever minimum work is required for the ashrama maintenance, life maintenance, they used to do. The rest of the entire day, they do only two things. One, the theoretical understanding and conviction about the truth, then the practical contemplation and meditation to realize the truth. These are the four things they used to have, having gone and made an ashram. By being in the ashram, outer hustle and bustle is avoided. By following a strict, disciplined life, the inner disturbances, distractions are removed. By listening only the Shastra, continuously studying, the conviction is gained. And only doing the contemplation meditation, nothing other than that, on the Dhyana Avastha, they reached the great heights. Some of them even discovered the Brahmanavati in the for you and I also. Let us be very conscious here at this level. Our faith should not go away from the Vedanta and the Shastra because substantial change is not coming in us. Change won't come. Whether you want to become Bhakta or Karma Yogi or Dharma Palaka or the contributor of the world, none of them happen accidentally, is it not? We have to do. Bhagavan has given us the ability to do with all Indriya Mana Buddhi, only telling us that you must do. Do your duty, do your punya karma ityadi to get the higher worlds, then do the adhyatmic sadhana and all its limbs. So, like in Yoga Darshanam, we have to do the abhyasa, you have to do the vairagya. Here also you have to do the viveka, you have to have the vairagya, then we have to do the shamadhamadi all. So to these Vedantic Jnanam, we have to do the application of it in us. If we keep our life is different and the Jnanam is different that way, we are not bringing at all the Jnanam into our life. How can the life will change? Therefore, not giving up, not losing sight, not getting demoralized, we only recognize that ऐसे नहीं होता है पढ़ने मात्र से. Every aspect of it, I have to become one with you. Then let me try in the smaller doses of the small ones. Then as I get mastery, I can do the higher and greater sadhanas also. All in all, keeping the faith in the truth and the Shastra sadhana which is indicating the truth. Again and again, the lower mind or the worldliness or the earlier vasanas or somebody's misguidance tries to pull us down from the truth. In so many ways, it goes on happening. So we have to always keep an alert eye on that, our mind, and see to it that the basic thing called as Shubha Icha is not gone away or taken away. Shubha Icha is at every cost and price, I will discover Paramatma. This Shubhecha, if that one is dropped, then never ever again will be spiritual, the true spiritual, the Vedantic spiritual, the moksha oriented spiritual. We may do other punya karma, we may do other upasanas, then we may get that phala. All that's okay, but then we are again denied of the moksha. Therefore, that Shubhecha ko कभी हानि चोट पहुंचने नहीं देना, उसको और दृढ़ बनाते जाना, फिर आत्मविमर्श करना कि सिद्धांत ज्ञान स्पष्ट है कि नहीं, फिर भी अनुभव क्यों नहीं हो रहा, बिकॉज सिद्धांत को अभ्यास भी करना है. व्हाट इज अभ्यास? एवरीथिंग इज अभ्यास वंस यू अंडरस्टैंड एंड एक्सेप्ट. इंद्रिय निग्रह इज एन अभ्यास, शरीर स्वस्थता इज एन अभ्यास, मनोनिग्रह एकाग्रता इज एन अभ्यास. Then buddhi sukshmikaranam is abhyasa. With sukshma buddhi, after savanam, doing mananam is an abhyasa. With that, getting the clear understanding day by day is an abhyasa. Then this understood self on the seat of meditation, we try to realize that meditation also is an abhyasa. Because we are studying the abhyasa vairagya abhyam. So here also, unless we do, it won't happen. At one side, we have to congratulate ourselves that the highest of the literature, giving the highest theme of mukti, that is Upanishads with Bhashya, we are studying. At the same time, even though we are studying it, how much the transformation happened in us. Transformation will slowly happen, one thing. Second is only when we consciously bring out that it will happen, else it won't. जो है सो है ऐसे आप चलाते जाओगे तो जो है वो सो है वही चलता रहेगा. हमको ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन लाना पड़ता है. इट इज वेरी वेरी स्लो, बट इट इज श्योर इफ वी डू as much as it is sure it will not be if we don't do. Focusing on this salient point also, we have to just be on this path. And when will it end? When will we reach destination? Please forget all these questions or doubts. Ensure that on the path, keep on walking. Ensure that the day will come where we reach. Everybody reached. Giving examples of the people 2000, 5000 years back over there. It's only imagination, and imagination is good. They were very raw, worldly people, but those jivas, life after the life, slowly, slowly evolved in their sadhana, and in the recent past, they realized. As a hypothetical example, we are also now at this stage of antakarana and knowledge and sadhana. We add this much in our this life. This is not the end of it. We get another opportunity. वहाँ भी और कुछ ऐड करेंगे. इस तरह से हमारा दृष्टि करने वाले साधना पे होगा, करने में होगा. होना जो है, it will be not our concern. मा फलेषु कदाचन. Our job is karmani eva adhikaraha. Sadhana karmani eva adhikaraha. So, the Shubhecha, keep intact. Understanding should be very firm and thorough. Little sadhana to be done for bringing the required change or transformation. Need not worry when will the result come, but ensure that on the path. When these few things are there, along with our study, if these cares are taken, then we will be on the, to be on the path is more important. The moment we go out of path, then again to come on to the path, we don't know how many lives it takes. लगे रहना बस. गुरु, भगवान, शास्त्र, सत्संग, स्वाध्याय and little उपासना and साधना. On these 6 things हमें ना लगे रहना है. उसको छोड़ना नहीं बस. छोड़े तो और बिगड़ जाएंगे. अब इतना करने के बावजूद भी स्टेडीनेस नहीं हुआ तो फिर छोड़ दो तो कब होगा? कभी नहीं होगा. Understood? So today's introduction is in this regard. Then we are now this profound Upanishad of Brahma Vidya teaching. We are studying Taittiriya. In that second is a wonderful one, Brahmananda Valli. So these Brahmananda Valli, especially the first Anuvaka. See, the three portions are there. In the first portion, the Brahma Tattva, Svabhava Swarupa is taught to us. Brahmavidapnoti param tadeshabhyukta satyam jnanam anantam brahma. In the second portion, the Upalabdhi Sthanam, and when we achieve it, what are the most beautiful benefits that is said. Yo Veda Nitam Guhayam Parme Vyoman Saha Ashnute Sarvan Kaman. Now in the third portion, which we just started studying, उंगली पकड़कर हमको धीरे धीरे वहां से ले जाएंगे कि जहां हम है वहां ले जाएंगे जहां हमें पहुंचना है. The entire exercise from now onwards is to take us from where we are to what we are. Where we are at the Annamaya Kosha Tadatmya. Now certainly if the Shruti Mata Guru says, you are not Annamaya, even though it is true, but it is not so easily acceptable. That's how in this Upanishad, not ruthlessly or not so strongly or hard, but in a smooth, softer manner, the Shruti Mata and the Gurus slowly take us from where we are to what we are, with less of the pinching or pain. Everywhere they accept what we say, and then slowly through analysis they prove that what we said is wrong and what they say is right. So they take Annamaya Kosha, they describe it, they tell the glory of Annamaya Kosha, and they say, इस अन्नमय कोश को ही ब्रह्म के तरह उपासना करो, ये करेंगे. After all that is done, then it is said, understood, done. Now, beyond, behind, within this Annamaya is another one. This is Atma of this. If not this is important, the next one. In that way, एक एक चीज विस्तार से बताकर हमको वो तत्व तक आराम से ले जाता. Beautiful is this Taittiriya Upanishad in the guidance of practically becoming subtler and subtler from the grosser and grosser to reach to the subtler most self. Very practical and very useful for us if we understand the idea or concept crystal clearly. And unless all this is done, in the Hridaya Akasha, that Yoveda Nitam Gohaya will not happen. Without that, Satyam Jnanam Anantam experience, which leads to Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha, will not be felt. No Upanishad that way leaves us halfway. They will give all the techniques of sadhana after theory of Brahman is explained. But in Taittiriya, it is more elaborate. Continuously they go on telling us to do the upasanas so that we are always kept on the track. Upanishad itself tells us. In other Upanishads, upasana you do it घर में कर करके आना क्लास में, वो ऐसा एटीट्यूड होता है, वो कम बताते वहाँ. बट यहाँ तो थ्रू आउट एंड फाइनल कंक्लूजन आल्सो. Again, Anna Brahma Upasana only told. And Akanchana Vesto Pratyashakshita is Vyavaharika Sadachara only is told. Then through that, the five koshas and their transcendence and reaching to Brahman, then in Brahmananda, ha, ho, that type of Sama mantra automatically comes from the mouth. So, in this, our effort of studying this Upanishad, what we have understood so far is, there is a Brahma Tattva with Swarupa Lakshana of Satyam Jnanam Anantam. And it is though everywhere there, because everywhere is Satyam, Satyam is Brahma, therefore Brahma must be everywhere. Yet it has to be found in the Guhayam Nihitam. And what is Buddhi Guha? We have so detailedly explained. Ki in that Buddhi which acts like a Triputi, that itself is Guha. In that inside, Brahman is hidden, not in the sense that Brahman is another object and the Triputi is another one covering it. But the basic intellectual action of creating Triputi itself is covered. Therefore, after understanding this portion, each and every one of us should have a clarity. And clarity is what? Key. From millions and millions of Triputis, we have to come to one Triputi on the seat of meditation. Then, for that one Triputi also when you dissolve, then behind that, that Brahman which was taken as Triputi by us, that is revealed. So what is Adhyatmic sadhana for us? From many, many Triputis come to one Triputi. In that one Triputi, drop the Gneyam, drop the Jnanam, drop the Jnata. What remains is that one Brahma who through this Jnata Jnana Gneya Veda, which is the nature of the Buddhi, is becoming millions of the things and experiences of the world, though they are not real. See that one Triputi, if you can dissolve, then in every Triputi, same Paramatma is experienced. That's called Yatra Yatra Mano Yati. Manaha means the Triputi. Tatra Tatra Samadhi means what? He knows what is expressed as Triputi is Brahman only. Or Pratibodha Vidita means what? Bodha is every of the experience. Vidita means known. What? The truth only. Every Jnatru Jnana Jnaya Tripati, what is Brahman? What is there is Brahman only. Till that experience becomes obvious, you have to go on doing the practice. So the three practices are: one, from many Triputis come to one Triputi. Second, drop that Triputi also and reach the Brahman. Third, keep on doing this exercise till we establish that the reality is Brahman alone. On that, the trio is only superimposed, maybe for some vyavahar, but not real they are all. In this way, when we establish in, then we are freed from the bondage. Just like I am no more going to speak lies, I am no more going to take the bribe. In that way, when one practices for a few years, then as he is establishing in that honesty, all the earlier dishonesty of speaking lies and taking bribe goes away from his life. Everything, the bad habits removed by good habits with patient effort. Living life of ignorance of other than Brahma is a bad habit. Changing that to the good habit is a sadhana till that good habit becomes a habit, effortless, natural. To such an extent that indriyas are working, antakarana is working, the world is brought, world is seen, and yet in and through that, what is permeating that Brahman alone is visualized. Then what is the role of all these things which are perceived by senses in antakarana? Vyavaharika satta, Vyavaharika upayogita. More than that, we are not interested in any result out of it, nor we are interested in it intactly keeping also. Like how do you hire a taxi? You बैठते हैं जाने के लिए वहाँ यहाँ गए वो पैसे दे दी उसके बाद डू यू रिमेम्बर द कार द टायर द ड्राइवर क्या है वो जरूरत ही नहीं दैट्स व्हाट व्यवहार सो टू वी विल लिव लाइफ इन व्यवहार इन सच ए मैनर जरूरत है तो उतना अदरवाइज वी आर विथ आवर सेल्स like we are with our own selves in every of the car travel after getting down. So too we are with our own real capital S self, the Brahman always. Whenever we have finished the Vyavahara. The Vyavahara Kala also, I don't forget myself. But I don't give value. That habit होने तक हमको अभ्यास करते रहना चाहिए. वेदांत का भी अभ्यास होता है. Not only yoga का. Karma, bhakti, jnana, yoga, everything is abhyas. Only the positive abhyasa removes the negative. एवं निरंतराभ्यस्ता ब्रह्मास्मीति व्यासना हरत्य विद्या निक्षेपान और विक्षेपान रोगानिव रसायनम. We have seen all that. Okay, so now in this third portion, so shnute sarvan kaman saha brahmana vipaschiteti. After this much is done, which itself is iti means a complete theory or subject matter. ब्रह्म को कहा, ब्रह्म को पाने से परम मिलता है कहा, वो ब्रह्म सत्य ज्ञान अनंतम कहा, और ब्रह्म हृदय आकाश में पता चलेगा वहां पता करना है वो भी कहा. एंड व्हेन डिस्कवर्स सर्वान कामान साश्नुते, that also is said. In fact, this is enough for our whole life sadhana and siddhi. But the Guru or Shruti Mata is not happy or satisfied. They want to help us from where we are to reach to that Brahman. Therefore, the next topic came. In the next topic, much before the discussion started on Tasmadva e Tasmad Atmanaha, in our yesterday's exercise, what we tried to do was, to know was, as Shankara Bhagavan guided us, The Anantatva of the Brahma Tattva we were trying to understand. So Tatra Anantyam Trividham and one more Chaturvidham. Three Anantyas we have seen now. Chaturtham we have to discuss today. What are the three Anantyams? Deshataha, Kalataha, Vastutaha. Remember all that? What remember? Nothing remembered. Okay? So, why Deshataha Anantyam? Because Desha is Desha Paricheda Rahita. आकाश इस देश परिचय रहता आकाश का ही ये परमात्मा कारण होने के कारण दिस इज नॉट लिमिटेड बाय द देश दैट्स हाउ देश अनंत्यम ऑफ ब्रह्मन इज अचीव्ड इट इज अ कारण इवन फॉर द आकाश व्हिच इज कॉल्ड देश देयरफॉर द ब्रह्मन इज नॉट लिमिटेड बाय स्पेस देयरफॉर देयर इज नो स्पेस वेयर देयर इज नो ब्रह्मन in Brahman only there is space. I'm just pausing for you to. These are the places where, as I told you, subtle intellect, the intuitive intellect is required to catch because it doesn't look so obviously substantial. That's this sentence. कि आकाश ही अनंत है अनंत आकाश का ही कारण होने के कारण ये आकाश या देश का सीमा ब्रह्म में नहीं है therefore Brahma is deshatah anantam. Words are spoken, but did we feel it? That is why we need to pause. And all this only faith. The faith only will take us ahead. After the experience comes, faith is not required. Finally, experience is what? That Brahman, which is not having any anantatva, any antatva with regard to Akasha, is my own self. तभी जाकर फाइनल होगा मत याद रखना till the experience doesn't come it's only intellectual understand till experience happens will have its own tentativeness will have its own doubts will have always a tendency of forgetting or giving it up and going somewhere ये सारे समस्याएं होते ही है but again without intellectual understanding also we cannot do the due sadhana to experience it. And sadhana again finally boiling to only these two. Rejecting the anatma tadatmya, accepting I am that Brahman. That accepting I am Brahman thought strengthens I am Brahman thought to such an extent that we become very closer to I am Brahman and at that level the thought is not required because I am Brahman is a reality. That experience will come. That all you will know when you yourself start doing the meditation on the truth. So, tat anantyam trividam deshatha anantyam is, this is the reason. Tad yatha deshatha anantah akashaha nahi deshatha tasya paricheda asti. Therefore, akasha is desha paricheda rahita because akasha is sarvatra but natu kala cha anantyam vastutah cha akasasya kasmat karyatva. So, akasha being the karya, therefore, karya is not there in the karana, therefore, kala paricheda is there in the akasha. But Parabrahma is the karana of the akasha, therefore, it is akashataha or deshataha is not paricheda. And because it is a karana and not the karya, therefore, there is no kala where it is not there. Therefore, काला परिच्छेद नहीं है सी आकाश के कारण होने के कारण देश परिच्छेद नहीं है और कार्य नहीं होने के कारण काला परिच्छेद नहीं है बिकॉज ओनली द कार्यम और द इफेक्ट is limited by the time because at the time of the cause the effect was not there. And a rule is every effect will have to merge in the cause. So when this effect again merges in the cause, effect cannot be there at that time. Therefore, time wise limitation is there in the space because it is an effect. Brahman is not an effect of anything, is not a karya. Therefore, कार्य को ही काल का परिच्छेद होता है कार्य न होने के कारण काल परिच्छेद limitation नहीं है. Therefore, कालतः अपि अनंतम. Therefore, after all this discussion, the simple layman's language, which place is Brahman? There is no place where Brahman is not there. Which time is Brahman? There is no time where Brahman is not there. In fact, the Brahma only in the Desha Kala Rupa through its Maya Shakti expressing for the sake of the world for Vyavahara. All that are told in other Upanishads ki भगवान ने चाहा कि मैं इतना बनना चाहता हूँ एक ओहम बहुश्याम, और he has done the sankalpa idam agre asit nanya kinchadamishatu. So in those Upanishads, that one Brahma wanted to become many and this invoked his Shakti, all that come. Here Anantatvam is shown to us. So Deshadaha Vaskalataha. Vastutaha Anantyam, which we saw yesterday, the Vastu Jnana, Vastu Bodha, Vastu Buddhi in the Vritti. Okay? That's what limits the Vastu. That is the Vastu Sambandhita Antatvam. What example he gave is Gotva Buddhi and Ashwatva Buddhi. When you are seeing the go, the cow's knowledge is formed in me. From that, when I shift my mind to a horse, then Ashwatva Buddhi came. What happened to Gotva Buddhi that time? Gone. That going away is called as Antavatvam of it. So in that way, Vastu Parichedam is there in the Vastus. One Vastu you see, that alone is seen. When you shift to the other, this is gone. Okay? Yato yasya buddhehe nivrittihi satasya antaha tad yatha gotva buddhihi ashwatvad vinivartate iti ashwatvantam gotvam iti antavadeva bhavati. So what is the beginning of the cow thought is the end of the horse thought. Thought or knowledge or buddhi. Therefore that way it ended. It's ended, no? When you are doing, like now you are in the class. All your other vyavahara before you came to class, not in your conscious mind. Therefore it's ended. Now after the class is over, we go somewhere else. This class concept or the idea or thought or buddhi goes away. Iska ye anta hua. So this is the meaning of vastu antavatvam. Clear? Then that antavatvam is possible only in the bhinna vastus. When there are many objects, so one object you are seeing, then you shift your attention to the other one, इसका अंत हो जाता है. यहाँ से और कहीं जाओ, इसका अंत हो गया. उधर से उधर अंत. In fact, all the vastus antatvam happens in sleep when both the waking dream are gone. But Brahman is not a vastu grasa. Na evam brahmanaha bhedaha. Vastu Brahma Tattva is such a one. It is neither a vastu nor any bhedas are there in it that when you shift from one to the other, the earlier buddhi or jnana is gone. Therefore, it is put in the category of anta. Vastu bhi nahi hai. Clear? Then bheda bhi nahi hai, vastu nahi hone ke karan. Therefore, what happens? Everywhere Brahman is there in every object. Therefore, Vastu Paricheda, Vastu Santatvam also is not there. Therefore, Vastu Tahapi Anantyam. In fact, it is in the light of Brahman that every Vastu is coming and bathing and therefore becoming known to us. But this consciousness, वस्तुस आर देर आर नॉट देर, इट इज ऑलवेज देर. वस्तु परिचित नहीं है, सब वस्तु में है, वस्तुओं के राहित्य में भी है. इंटरेस्टिंग ना? एंड दैट प्रिंसिपल इज कॉल्ड ब्रह्मन, एंड दैट वी आर. एंड दैट बीइंग सो subtler, we have to become so subtler to see that Brahman. The process of making a subtle is transcending each of the kosha. That's for that only each kosha's detailed explanation is given to us by this Upanishad Matha. Slowly we are entering to that subject. First of all, we have to be convinced about every sentence. और मना बुद्धि इतना तमोगुणी होता है ना, आधा ही सुनते हैं, उसमें थोड़ा भी याद नहीं रहता है भी, तो उसको वैल्यू नहीं देते. पहले खाना खिलाओ, दैट इज आवर माइंड. पहले भोग करो, पहले एंजॉय करो. Habitually to the vasanas and habits and vyavahara, so much we are slaves that the spirituality which is so important and liberation giving is not taken seriously only, not valued only. We are at that level even though we are studying Shastra. But who will realize what is said in Shastra? The one who gives up all this and takes up only that. That's what we said in the introduction. That Maholya mood we have to create inside and outside. And all that is from only one basic thing called as Shubhecha. Shubhecha is I must experience that Brahma Tattva. With this Shubhecha strengthened only all other sadhanas of listening, understanding, contemplating, all of them spring. Shubhecha nahi hai to we take it lightly. Now we are listening to classes because of Punya Phala. But listening to the class doesn't guarantee the knowledge, nor the sadhana, nor the siddhi. And that we are seeing every day. सुन रहे हैं लेकिन ना कोई समझे, ना कोई जाने, ना कोई किया कुछ पहुंचे. पर कैसे सुन पा रहे? पुण्य फल. पुण्य फल is different from sadhana. Is sadhana करो तभी सिद्धि होएगा. And with my shubhecha, I have to feel for myself that I must experience this Brahman. That feeling or desire stronger will make me to discover the means and ways, and I go in that direction. At that level, no other thing is valued or important, given importance. Dhyatu for either say, from the Brahma pursuit, we fall to the samsara and vyavahara. These are all the informations very crucial to be kept in mind and keep questioning ourselves. When we are studying Shastra, is there any transformation, evolution happening or not? नहीं हो रहा क्यों? क्योंकि कर नहीं रहे क्यों? इच्छा नहीं है क्यों? इच्छा हमें जगत की है. Therefore, you have to attack at the basic level. When we have the Ichha Shakti, is that Ichha we have for the world or for the Paramatma? There we have to attack. Only when we shift our attention of Ichha Shakti from the worldly to the Paramatma, then the Jnana Shakti from the Ichha Shakti comes to explain to us every Siddhanta of the Paramatma. Then only the Jnana Shakti se Kriya Shakti aayega where we do sadhana. Kriya Shakti makes us do sadhana, Jnana Shakti tells us the clarity, Ichha Shakti puts us in the direction. Ichha Shakti we have to invoke. To invoke the Ichha Shakti only, the Brahma Prapti's Mahima is told. Saha Ashnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. After listening to this, in us basically the Brahma Prapti Ichha should become stronger. नहीं हुआ तो फिर से again and again. Till other than Brahma I want nothing. ऐसा मूड बनने तक इन sentences को रिपोर्ट करते जाना. Then we study Vedanta. That time the jnana becomes clear because now there is a desire to achieve it. कोई भी चीज जिसको आप नहीं चाहते हो सुनते ही नहीं कोई बोले तो. But somehow the desire for it has grown in you. Then you tell me. We only ask. In the same way, जब इच्छा शक्ति दृढ़ होती है, I want to know Paramatma, then the Jnana Shakti also becomes pakka. All these things which we are studying now, at that time become very obvious. Then the sadhana which is impossible for us now, उठ ही नहीं सकते अभी बैठे कहाँ किए का साधना कैसा करें. All that Kriya Shakti of sadhana will be done when the Jnanam is dhrudam along with Ichha. By the way, we are sharing that. So, Brahman is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. And Anantam is Kalataha, Deshataha Anantam, Kalataha Anantam, and Vastutaha Anantam. Therefore, Brahman is that which is Sarvakala, Sarvadesha, Saravastu. In fact, all Deshakala Vastus are imposed on him. He is the reality. Please remember this point. All our parts are imposed on the mud. Mud is reality. But nobody is worried about mud. Why? Everybody is lost in the effect called as the pots, etc. Though when the mud is removed from the pots, none of the pot remains. Yet our attention is only on the pots because of the utility value and desires. In such a manner that we are totally neglecting the mud, the reality. Toshi, like mother and father are so important because they gave birth, they gave food, they gave education. Yet the stupid girl or boy, when they fall in the ditch of love, so much importance they give to that nonsense that they forget the mother and father. जिनकी कारण है वो obvious होता है. Obvious means for a stupid fellow is not aware. In the same way, we are all stupid fellows. We are not aware that because of Brahman, everything is existing. And this Brahman we are keeping aside. All that which is superimposed, to that we are giving value. Like that child is called as fool who neglects the parents, so too we are all fools. That's what Nasamparaya Pratibhati Balam. From that stage, Brahman alone is real. That alone I have to gain. With the gain of that alone, the liberation from all bondages happen. Therefore, at every cost, I do that only every moment. This is called a spiritual seeker's heart. And that only does it. And the examples of that are that Sutikshna Muni, the Sharavanga Muni, the Bharadwaja Muni, the Agastya Muni. What we are by God's grace exposed or taught through this Adhyatma Ramayana is these ideas only. You don't see all these munis busy in the politics, busy in industrialization, technologies, busy in improving the world, busy in collecting the bhoga vastus and all. Have you ever seen? They have Kandamula, they give that only to the Rama. They have bhakti, they express that. They want knowledge, they ask for that. उसको उनका जीवन इसी में है. Therefore, they realize the self. Same way, when we maintain few lives, that type of mood consciously, for us also the grossness goes away, subtlety comes. The extrovertedness goes away, the introvertedness comes. The superimposed keeps moving away, the substratum starts revealing. Conspicuous. Doesn't happen overnight, but we have to understand and try for it. Slowly it will happen to us. So, Brahma Vidapnoti Param, all that we have seen. Deshataha, Kalataha, Vastutaha is Parabrahma Ananta. On that Parabrahma only, these are all projected. On that we give value importance and we are lost in it. We have to come back to the basics. Okay. When this way concluded, ki Desha Kala Vastu Parichinnata is not there in that Parabrahma Vastu. Therefore, no need to worry about the distraction or diminishing, etc. Why? The Brahma being beyond all these infinite, there is no diminishing or distraction in that. Relax. Now a question asked by Purabakshi. Interesting, valid question. Ah, ah. न एवं ब्रह्मणः भेदात वस्तव्य अनंत्यम कथम पुनः सर्व अनन्यत्वम ब्रह्मणः. Fourth one is said. Well, in the beginning, why Brahma is ananya to everyone? Answer is iti uchyate sarva vastu karanatvatu. Bhagavan Brahma is not ananya to anything, not anya to anything, is ananya. Because every vastu is in Desha Kala. Desha Kala ka karana Brahma hai. Therefore, Brahma can never be separated from anything. Nothing can exist without Brahman. Therefore, Sarva Ananyatva. They're all very sukshma. When you use the Indriyas, you will see the Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. But ये intellectual inquiry चल रहा है. You understand? At the intellectual level. कि the whole world is in space and time. Space and time are caused by the Paramatma. Therefore, the whole world is never Anya Param Paramatma. World of Vastus. Anything. Sarva Ananya hai. See that? Sarvam is in Deshakalam and Deshakalam is caused by the Brahman. Therefore, Brahma is Ananya to the Deshakala. Therefore, Brahma is Ananya to everything of this world. That is where at one level of highest maturity, like in Bhakti Shastra. The one who is engrossed in his Bhakti, for him everything looks like his own Krishna or Rama. Siya Rama Maya Savajagajari. That is Bhakta's ultimate reaching. It will in the same way for a Vedanta in ultimate reaching is what? अरे भाई कहाँ है तुम्हारा वस्तु जो कह रहा है नाम रूप के रूप में उधर तो पर ब्रह्म ही है he says अनन्यत्वम clear for all the rivers and oceans the water is a cause. In the rivers and oceans only are the waves, bubbles, ripples. Therefore, waves, bubbles, ripples are never anya from the water. Therefore, water is ananya. From the water is Brahman, the Samudra is whole world, Akash and Desha and Kala, and all ripples, bubbles are the different objects. सर्व कारण होने के कारण पर ब्रह्म अनन्य है. That way means what? Whether you understand or not, accept or not, in whatever the vyavahara, whatever we are doing, we are dealing with Brahman only. We are talking Brahman, we are touching Brahman, we are smelling, we are tasting everything, because nothing is anya from Brahma, because it's a cause of Deshakala. Deshakala is cause of everything. This thing kept continuously in the mind is called as Brahma Vichara and Brahma Abhyas. In that mood we have to be, and such a simple thing like a kela is there. You look it as kela, then you feel a bhoga buddhi in that. And you remember your Ishta Devata, you see the Naivedyam in that. You have Vedanti ke drushti se dekho, so in the roop of the Kela, what is there is Parabrahma. This change in our attitude permanently is called as visualizing Brahman everywhere. At a higher level, that one Brahman alone is there as Kela, the seer, and here as the seer of the Kela, me. That is the experience. The seer here and the seen there are played or basking in the light of one conscious Sachidananda Brahma only. That will be the great achievement. So I function through one set of upadhis, yet I am not this upadhi, I am the self, which is the self of all the other things in front of me, though I am dealing with them. Just like the rishis we saw, they are seeing Rama, they are worshipping Rama. So outside in the Vyavahara, they are worshipping Rama because he is Bhagavan. But inside, they are themselves not the Jiva, they are the Brahman. Then Rama also is Brahman. Therefore, as a Brahma Jnanam, there is no doubt to. That alone is reality. In the Vyavahara, he is Bhagavan, we have to worship. So to Bhagavan. He knows he is Brahman, they are Brahman. But in the Vyavahara, they are Rishi Muni Brahmana, worthy of salutation, so he does pranam to them. Very good that we are studying Adhyatma Ramayana, which is a great complementation for our Yoga Darshanam, Vedanta Darshanam, Bhakti Darshanam. Majda. Those examples are very good example for us to understand the concepts little stronger, little clearer. So, Brahma is Deshakala Vastu, Antarahita is Ananta. No Paricheda is there. Deshada Anantyam Karata Vastuta. So too, he is Ananya to any Desha, any Kala, any Vastu. Why? Because he is the Karana. Again, the same problem, because our attention is there on the Rupanama, we are not able to see. Why our attention is there on the Rupanama? Because we basically ourselves are identified with the Deha. Why am I doing the Deha? Because I think I am a Jiva. Why are you thinking you are a Jiva? Because you are ignorance. Ever when the ignorance is replaced with the Jnanam that Am Brahmasmi, then Am Jivosmi goes away, Am Dehosmi goes away. Then every Rupanama which has got importance because of I am Deha, that goes away. Thereafter, what you see is Brahman. Everywhere. And all this intellectual thing will help us only when we सीट ऑफ मेडिटेशन में उसका अनुभव करते हैं प्रत्यक्ष रूपेण. अहम ब्रह्मास्मि अनुभव alone will be a final goal. Before that, don't claim that we have understood everything, therefore we are great. Then it is cheating only. Ourselves, not anyone. Now, sarveshami vastunam kala akashadinam karanam brahma. That will be said in the subsequent mantras. Now, one question is asked by him. It's a very interesting, important question. It also sorts out a problem or doubt or question once for all. Question is, Karya apekshaya vastutaha antavatvam iti cheto. Jagat is a karya and Brahman is karana, you said. Therefore, as a karana for the Jagat, there is antavatvam from the karya, the Jagat happened in Brahman. No, because you are accepting the presence of Jagat. Jagat is karya, Parabrahma is karana. Karya Jagat you are experiencing. Therefore, the karana Brahma ka antavatva ho gaya waha. Because something other than Brahma you are experiencing as Jagat. So that is what is question. The Antavatvam of the Brahman he brought by the point said by the Guru only when he said Brahman is Karana of everything. If he is Karana of everything, then something else is there as Karya. Therefore Karyatva ke Karana Brahma mein Anantatva khoya, chala gaya. It's no more Ananta, it is Antavan. So Karya Apekshaya means taking Karya into account. Karya means effect. Vastutaha. Karya is something other than the Karana in our experience. Therefore Vastutha Antavattam iti chet. क्योंकि ये जगत कार्य जगत रूपी वस्तु है कारण रूपी ब्रह्म से अलग. We are all interacting, we are all experiencing the world. Therefore अंत हो गया. Now this analysis for this is so beautiful. That's what we have to say. It is because of vasanas, it is because of habits, we are interacting with the world and we are experiencing it. That doesn't mean because something is experienced, it must be real. That is the entire philosophy. You have experienced the stationariness of the earth. Doesn't mean the earth is stationary. It is moving at thousands of kilometers of speed. You are experiencing the sunrise. Doesn't mean that sun is rising or setting. You are experiencing the blueness of sky. Doesn't mean it is there. You are experiencing the snake and its fear. Does it mean the snake is there? All examples are this only. Experience doesn't give validity to something. What gives validity for something's existence is praman. आप देखो जिन उपाधियों से जगत को एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं वही सत्य नहीं है. Like in the dream world, you are experiencing the dream world. With what? The senses. They themselves are not real. From the waking standpoint. But there they are taken as real. Therefore, because of that, the dream world mein Shabda Sparsha Prasad are experienced as real. In the same way, उपाधियां ही सत्य नहीं है, फिर उपाधियों से अनुभव करने वाले वस्तुएं सत्य कैसे होते हैं? But then we give value because we experience it. अनुभव का होना इसका अर्थ नहीं कि सत्य है. Like a news came that the son को बेटे को एक्सीडेंट हुआ. Then the mother starts crying. Whereas हुआ ही नहीं उधर. But the wrong pramana. But when she comes to know it with the right pramana, no, he is safe. Then the dukkha is gone. But she experienced the dukkha. Even that has not happened. For whatever the reason, she suffered. The reason can be किसी झूठ बोला गलत कुछ भी हो दुख तो हुआ ना. पर दुख का कारण क्या है? एक्सीडेंट टू द सन. हुआ क्या वो? नहीं हुआ. Very important Vedantic thought it is. Because something is experienced, it is not real. So too, because something is not experienced, it is not real. And actually, Brahman is not an object of experience. He is a reality. Entire world is experienced, it is unreal. This is what we have to sort out. It's only a very high level of intellectual inquiry. In this world, everything is experienced but not real. Like you are traveling in a car. You are experiencing the travel but not real. Because the car is not moving in which you are seated. The tires are moving, is it not? But you experience it's all relative. Tire also has never moved, it's only rotated. But because the rotation of the tire is on the stationary earth, it appears to be moving. And actually moving is experienced that you are here and you are there, so you have moved. Anumana Pramana. Isana Chaitraha. From here he was there, therefore through Anumana he is moved. Here Anuman nahi हमको experience ही हो रहा है. Suba you started in India, by next 24 hours you are in America 4,000 kilometers. Without traveling we traveled. We are not allowed to travel only. You are tied with the belt in that flight, but still you traveled. You traveled or not? Relatively you traveled, not absolutely. Do you understand these examples? In the same way, the world is experienced, therefore it is real, is a wrong notion we have to drop. This is where the challenge comes. And only a well-trained intellects with so many years of Upanishad Sravanam can be conveyed these subtle things. If this thing is told to the ordinary people of worldly experiences who never inquired Vedanta, वो तो हंसेंगे हमको देखकर, ऐसी बात हम जब कहते हैं तो उनको तो जो इंद्रियों से अनुभव हो रहा है वही सत्य है. दे आर कॉल्ड ऑल चार वाकर्स एंड ऑल. हम कह रहे हैं जिस इंद्रियों से आप अनुभव कर रहे हो खुद ही सत्य नहीं है. That means what? How much value we have given to the upadhis, how much value we have given to the anubhavas with the upadhi, and to the vastus which we are having anubhava. That's called triputi. In that triputi only the Brahman is nihitam. And added to that is so many of desires and all the raga, dvesha and vasana. इतना सब मिलकर ना इस जगत को इतना सत्य बना देते हमको कि we are lost in that only. As if this is real, and so much lost that इसके बिना मैं जी नहीं सकता. That world which has no existence apart from me, other than me, independent of me, that world which is banking upon me for its own survival, I say I cannot live without it. See the delusion caused out of the after the ignorance, how it makes us bound. मैं आत्म स्वरूप से पूरा जगत प्रकट. In that jagat, one panchakosh prakat, to this panchakosha I identify and I say I am living only as this, and for this panchakosha sake I need the things of the world. I am lost. Like a man worked hard, rich lot of money earned, he started a big company, then slowly he lost that, then he sold the company, and in that company only become an employee. And now he is suffering. कभी कभी होता है ना, अपने खुद के घर को बेचकर फिर उसी में रेंट में रहते, मजबूरी. देयर द मजबूरीज आर डिफरेंट. हियर मजबूरी नहीं है, बेवकूफी है. इट्स एन इग्नोरेंस. दोज मजबूरीज कैनॉट बी अवॉइडेड. हो गया बस, पैसे नहीं है तो भीख मांगो. ये वाला इग्नोरेंस ऐसा नहीं है, उसको निकाल के फेंक सकते हैं. थैंक गॉड वी कैन रिक्लेम अवर सेल्फ टू बी द सबस्टैंड ब्रह्मन, not the superimposed dehadi upadhi, then depend on the indriyadi vastus, shabda sparshadi. We are all living such a lowest life of ignorance, and all Kali Yuga में लोग ऐसे रहते हैं. In Krita Treta में they think spiritually, then they give importance very less to vyavahar. In Kali Yuga vyavahara, bhoga, indriya vastu are important. तत्व चिंतन कोई करते नहीं. Yesterday we are seeing no Kali Yuga dharmas or lakshanas. We just started in our Bhagavata 12th Skanda 2nd chapter. Do you remember? So the question is what? Brahman is Karanam, Jagat is Karyam, therefore Karyam is a Vastu, therefore Vastu Antata came to Brahma. Explain karo ye. Karya apekshaya Vastuta Antavatam Vidyet Na. See that beautiful thing that's we already discussed so far. Last 5 minutes हम वही बात कर रहे थे. Statement of fact is told, then the explanation is given. हमेशा गुरु महाराज एक मेन सेंटेंस कहते हैं, फिर उसका एक्सप्लेन करते हैं, देन कंक्लूजन. सेंटेंस क्या है? अनृतत्वात् कार्य वस्तुनः. देखो इस बात को थोड़ा ध्यान से सुनना. कार्य वस्तुनः अनृतत्व. अनृत मीन्स अनरियल. See, from that anruta, English fellow said unreal. Rutam and real. शब्द एक है. Again repeating, karya vastu is not rutam, it is anrutam. The effects are not real. It's a very important thing in Vedanta. Anrutatvat karya vastunaha. No explanation. What is the explanation? Na hi karana vyatirekena karyam nama vastutah asti yataha karana buddhi nivarteta. Wow, important. There is nothing like a karya or the effect other than apart from the cause. That from our mind the cause thing goes away or can go away. मतलब ऐसा इफेक्ट नहीं है जो बिना कॉज का है, इसलिए कॉज का खत्म होना होता नहीं कभी इफेक्ट के कारण. अगेन आई एम सेइंग न ही कारण व्यतिरेकेन कार्यम नाम वस्तुतः अस्ति. अप टू दिस यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड. There is nothing called as karya apart from independent of the karana. Without the cause, effect cannot be. Without the mud, the karana, karya, the pot cannot be. नहीं वस्तुतः कारण व्यतिरेकेन कार्यं नाम अस्ति यतः कारण बुद्धि निवर्तेत that you just forget the karana only. Karana buddhi nivarteta means karana became the karya and the karana is lost out of sight. ऐसा नहीं होता. There is no pot so much that its arrival has removed the mud that we have no knowledge of mud anymore. ऐसा नहीं है. Karana buddhi means knowledge about the cause that there is a mud. It never goes away just because some pot is made out of it. In the pot only we are talking, not the other mud clay. जिस मड से पार्ट बना वो पार्ट को हम देखकर कह रहे हैं. You can never by any reason say that pot existing apart from the mud. Therefore, mud is very much there. Then how come the knowledge of the mud goes away? Never goes away. Therefore, there is no antatvam, anantatvam. Then, where from this mudness came, partness came, this is a crucial thought. Vedanta, which is 1,000 times repeated, and yet only by Guru Kripa, intuitive power of intellect, that we are able to catch it thoroughly. And if this thought is caught, thoroughly, deeply to the core of our heart, so many of the issues are sorted out of spiritual understandings. What is that? The pot is nothing but name. That's all. Entire Vedanta has come. Pot is nothing but name. So calling mud with the name is pot. Calling Brahman with the name is Jagat. And when you call names to someone, they'll kick you. Therefore, we get kicks from the world. Okay, call names. Call name in the gali dena. Don't call names. Call me by name. My name. Here he says, Vacharambanam vikaraha namadheyam murtiketyeva satyam. How many times we quoted this mantra from Chandogya? Vacharambanam vikaraha namadheyam murtika iti eva satyam. Satyam is mud. In the mud, there is no vikara in such a way that mud has lost being mud. Then where is the vikara started? With the Vani. And how did that vikara operate? By giving name. Therefore, where is the vikara? Not in the mud. It is in your own mouth. Where the mud you called as pot. Otherwise, take away the mud and show me the pot. How important is this thought, you see? See, these are the ultimate Vedantic thoughts will have to click to us when you are in the intuitive mood of the mind. At that moment when it clicks, no, एक सेकंड में पूरा पर्दा हट जाता है. वेदांत का है ना, सेकंड भी नहीं लगता. बस वो स्थिति पहुंचने के लिए पहुंचना पड़ता है. उसके लिए युग युग भी लग सकते होंगे. बट व्हेन यू रीच दैट मोमेंट, द पर्दा हटना, दर्शन होना, इट्स ओनली मिनट्स वर्क, नॉट इवन माइक्रो सेकंड इट हैपेंस. That much close is the truth and untruth are. Reality and real are so close that little the curtain of unreal removed, the real का reality का दर्शन हो जाता. This is one of that powerful sentences. Vacha arambanam vikaraha tadapi namadheyam. Then kim satyam asti mrittika eva satyam iti. Mrittika satyam nahi hai. Mrittika eva satyam. Mud is reality, na? Mud alone is reality is more important. When you say mud alone is reality, then pot is not real. We are taking pot as real and forgetting mud. We have to kick the pot in such a way that mud alone remains. For that, mud alone is reality. Murdeva satyam. Pot satyam na asti. Pot kima tad vikaram. Vikara bhabe kutra in your own namadheya only. You called it as pot. It never became like pot or anything. It's remained as mud always. In the same way, the entire Jagat is, by intellect and senses, seen as the world of Sabda Sparsha Prasagandha, though all is nothing but one Brahman. Therefore, we have done the mistake nonsense, we have to undo it. For that undoing only the struggle of Karma Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, in that Vibhuti Yoga, taking everything as God, इतना हमको करना क्यों पड़ रहा है? क्योंकि इतना अनरियल को रियल हमने लिया. सुपरफिशियल डिसीज है तो सुपरफिशियल मेडिकेशन करें, that goes. If the disease is very deep inside, don't we have to apply the deep medicine deeply? In the same way, our sadhanas should become so deep from the deep root level. The world is real, that concept has to be removed. Not superficial. हम बाहर कर रहे हैं लेकिन अंदर वही हमारे निर्णय निश्चय है. Like a cigarette smoker. He gives up, but again 5 days after he takes. When he gave up, how did he took it again? He did not give up. In the heart, he still had the desire for it. In the same way, from the core of the heart, we have to remove. And therefore, in the core of the heart only, when you recognize the Yovedanita Guhayam, Parabrahma, then you will see everything is as Mithya. दिल से ये बात शुरू होती है जगत का. दिल में ही परमात्मा को पाने से फिर जगत वहां गायब होती है. व्यवहार में जगत हो या ना हो शुड नॉट बी अ प्रॉब्लम. इन द हार्ट वी हैव टू डिस्कवर द सेल्फ. सो वाचारंभणम विकारः. विकार किम? वाचा आरंभणम. एंड व्हाट इज दैट वाचारंभणम? नामधेयम. So Namadeyam is Vacharambhanam, that Namadeyam Vacharambhanam is the Vikara. Matti never became Vikara, but is always as it is. That which is always as it is called as Satyam. Therefore, Mrudeva Satyam. So to Brahman alone is Satyam. The Sat Brahma alone is everywhere there. Because of him only everything is existing. Take the Sat away from that world, it becomes Asat only. But this Sat, like mud, etc., being an object other than us, example becomes obvious. But that Sat cannot be separate from us. Therefore, objectively, if it doesn't give complete understanding or joy of understanding or satisfaction, that's why on the seat of meditation, that Sat I have to discover. Once I discover, I alone am real, me on me only the whole world is projected. I means not again this Jiva or Deha, I the Brahman. I the Satchit Brahma, I the Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. For that you have to deeply meditate then. To meditate, you become meditational worthy. In that the two things are the sharpness, subtlety, purity of the intellect. To achieve that, total detachment from the world and its involvements. This is how spirituality nutshell. Every day we are studying in one way or the other. In one way or the other. So, वाचारंभणम विकारः नामधेयम मृत्तिका इति एव सत्यम. छांदोग्य. एवं सदैव सत्यम इति श्रुत्यंतरातु. Everywhere in the Shrutis we have seen the Sat Brahma alone is Satyam. Everything is not Satyam. So what is the conclusion here? What was the question? When you said Brahman as Karana, the Jagat has become Karya. Karya is a Vastu. Therefore Vastu ke Karana. The Brahma में वस्तु रूप अनंतता आ गया. And what is the answer? These are all we discussed and explained to you from your standpoint. But from our standpoint, there is no karya other than karana at all. That karya is vikara, that also namadheyam. The mritikya teva satyam, brahma eva satyam. Now this how powerful this knowledge. The entire world is rupa nama. They are asatyam or mithya. The reality is brahma. To the mud you gave the name and called it as pot. To the mud you gave the name and you called it as gamla. To the mud you gave a name and that name is you call it as Deepam. Hurry, you are going on giving name. To the wood you gave the name, it is a door, it is a window, it is a table, it is a chair. नाम दिए ही जा रहे तुम और बोलते हो यही रियल है. This is called the knowledge, Vedantic Jnanam. It has utility value, it is a name value, it is a form value. Beyond that, it is not real. Reality is the wood only, neither the door, nor window, nor chair, etc. This is what we have to become very deep, very deep. This cannot be shared with others. They have not come to this level of understanding this simple but so profound truth because they are not regularly heard Vedanta. जो रेगुलर क्लास सुनते हैं भगवान उन्हीं को वो सूक्ष्म बुद्धि देते हैं, इन बातों को सुनने समझने एक्सेप्ट करने के शक्ति वाले बुद्धि देते हैं. Has it come to us or not also we have to see. And if it has come, then nothing in the world of name and form we will value anymore. Still value कर रहे मतलब पूरा एक्सेप्ट नहीं हुआ इस ज्ञान का. शुरू हो रहा है. Again and again, again and again, again and again we will listen. So the good question asked by him, becoming Karana, the Jagat has, Brahma has become the Karya. Therefore, Karya is a Vastu Rupena Paricheda is there. Anantatva is not there. The answer is no. No Rupanama are real. They're only Vikara, modifications. Only the names given. Brahman as a mud never modified to become a pot in such a way that there is no more mudness to talk about. Even an iota. Mud remained as mud because it is Satyam, Trikala Abhadita Vastu. Therefore, there is no Karya other than Karana. कारण ही कार्य के रूप में है, लेकिन कार्य माना में कुछ चीज अलग नहीं है. जगत इज कार्यम वी सेड बिकॉज ऑफ डिस्कशन. दैट डजंट मीन दैट द कार्य जगत हैज मेड द ब्रह्म डिसॉल्व और डिसअपियर. ब्रह्मन ऑलवेज इज देयर एज कारण. ही अलोन इज रियलिटी. दिस इज नॉट रियल. देयरफॉर बना ही नहीं ब्रह्म जगत के रूप में, बस दिख रहा है. देयरफॉर ब्रह्मन हैज नॉट गॉट द लिमिटेशन ऑफ वस्तुतः. हो गया. नाउ फ्रॉम दैट now comes the beginning of this discussion of the अभी तक जो बताया ना शंकर भगवान, उसको एक बार समराइज करते हैं. देन ही टेक्स अप द कमेंट्री ऑन तस्माद्वा तस्माद आत्मना आकाश संभूतः आकाशाद वायु वायोरग्नि. ऑल दैट विल जस्ट ब्राउज थ्रू ओनली वेरी फास्ट. हम भी ऐसे ही करेंगे उसको. So tomorrow for 10 minutes we'll do summary of it. Then we take up the Bhashyam, that mantra. And at home, whenever you are relaxed, without any worry, tension, anxiousness, or imaginary consequence, just to contemplate. Don't imagine any consequence. बस करो. उपनिषद में कहा ब्रह्म इज देश काल वस्तु परिच्छेद रहित अनंत. Contemplate. It works wonders. It goes inside and removes all the notions of world as real. You will be surprised with that knowledge. अरे मैं समझ गया हूँ कि दुनिया सत्य नहीं है, पर ब्रह्म सत्य है. वो काम होगा. Don't expect any consequence. Don't worry about any result. Just entertain this thought. Brahman is Deshata Anantam because Desha is an effect, Brahman is Karanam. Then Brahman is Kalataha Anantam because Brahman is not an effect. Brahman is Vastuta Anantam because Ananyatva. And this Brahman, unfortunately or fortunately, is not anything of Sthula Panchamahabhuta, not Sthula Panchakoshas. It is something beyond. Therefore, it is Pratyagatma Rupena alone can be realized. And then only the moksha comes. Bandhan to me only, na, that I have not discovered myself to be Brahman. So when I discover inside me, I am liberated. So this is how, till that clarity come by God's Guru Shruti Masta's grace, go on contemplating, go on listening. It will happen. अब छोड़ना मत, बस अपने आप को अंडर एस्टिमेट नहीं करना कि मेरे से नहीं होगा, मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा ना. होगा. हो जब कितने लोगों को हुआ तो क्यों नहीं हुआ हमको? होगा, हमको भी होगा. Yesterday somebody was asking, Swamiji, why this great rishis munis of that Shaunakadi did that yajna for the Swarga when they are such a wise people? They asked, Amma, they asked 5,000 years back they did it. It's a history for us. After that, they might have gone to Swarga, came back, they got Vairagya. All of them might have got realized. अभी 5-10 साल भी हुए बीच में, उसको कैसे आप बोलते हो? सब तो स्वामी जी, अच्छा मैं तो भूल ही गया ऐसे भी. वो ऐसे ही होता है हमको भी. Start from now onwards, in few lives of this and that place, we also get out of all ignorance, we get into Anubhuti. That faith we should have. Anybody who was a Gunda, Rakshas 2000 years back, need not be the same now. He might have transformed in every life in one way or the other. He might have become saint. That's why every saint is a past sinner. So too, every sinner is a future saint. So don't underestimate. That's the point. None of the thing very as much in the worldly parlance, the arrogance is the cause of downfall. So too is the underestimation is the cause of non-progress in spiritual path. वहाँ arrogance नहीं होना चाहिए, इधर self confidence होना चाहिए. I am that Brahman. I will recognize it. I will discover that. But before discovering Ham Brahmasmi, one very important thing we have to discover is कि we are something other than the Dehadi. We are a Jiva. That acceptance that I am subtle Jiva, other than Deha, is a big, big leap, which is so difficult because of so much of देह तादात्म्य and slavery कि हमको लगता है कि बिना देह का हम रह ही नहीं सकते. Whereas every day we are going to the sleep without देह. This is the biggest thing. That's why from that only all the Janma Mrityu Jara Roga and their Bhaya, that's how we are samsara. अरे ये सब देह को होते हैं भैया. यू आर ए जीव. यू आर नेवर डाइंग. यू आर नेवर बॉर्न. टू बी बॉर्न और डाइंग यू शुड बी रियल. जीव भी रियल नहीं है. पहले तो जीव मानो, बाद में हम ब्रह्म होएंगे तो जीव भी चला जाएगा. बट बिफोर दैट, टू गेट आउट ऑफ द अटैचमेंट उपाधि, हैव टू डिस्कवर आई एम जीव. बिगेस्ट स्ट्रगल इन स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज to know that I am Jiva. And that Jiva has no shape or size or smell or taste or touch, that he can be visualized or camera shooting can be done or photo can be taken. It's a concept. I am the intellectual concept that I am a Jiva. उसको समझ में आना है. That will help us get out of Dehadi Tadat. Then this Jiva is discovered as Brahman. When the Brahman is discovered, he alone is reality. The joy of Brahman is many times beautiful. That is why सोष्टुते सर्वान कामान. जीवा को पकड़ना मुश्किल है, पकड़ना पड़ता है फॉर गेटिंग rid of देहादि उपाधि. But Deha, Jiva also a notion, not reality. You have to discover reality. Reality is Brahman. Once Brahman is known, that is pakka real. So the unreal Deha is taken as real. Semi-real Jiva तक हम नहीं आ पा रहे, तो real reality the Brahman तक पहुंच ही नहीं रहे. The journey is this. And the reverse ऐसे ही होता है. Unreal Brahman is found as real. The semi-real Jiva Bhava is dissolved. The real Dehadi are found to be not real. ये सब के अनुभव में आएगा. पहले अंडरस्टैंडिंग, then the practice, then the अनुभव. But till that happens, don't leave the guru or shastra or satsang. छोड़ दोगे तो फिर I don't know when we will come back, but the time is wasted in that we involve in so many things that will create more vasanas. Our problem as a human being is what? We come with 100 vasanas to exhaust. 100 we exhaust or not, God knows, but we go back with 10,000 vasanas. All that is because of not with the guru or in sadhana. The moment you take your freedom or independence, you are creating more vasanas. ये सब गड़बड़ होता है. No, these are all topics related only. No, absolutely यहाँ contextual नहीं है, लेकिन related है. So tomorrow we will see the summary and then see the meaning of तस्माद् वा एतस्माद् आत्मना आकाश. यहाँ से तो फिर flow simply होएगा. सर्वं परब्रह्मचरणारविन्दार्पणमस्तु. ओम 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 ओम. Only Shravanam is the one which keeps us in touch with the Tattva. Please, not even only studying independently. You really feel confident that you can study and understand, that time you can stop. But till that time, we must be regular. Let's join for Patanjali Darshanam.